The Caribbean was calm when evil believed it had escaped justice. The freighter Marisol looked like any other weathered cargo vessel drifting between forgotten islands, but beneath rusted hatches and false walls were dozens of terrified captives, people stolen from villages and cities, promised jobs, then shackled into silence. They were cargo to the men who ran the ship. Then, without warning, the sea changed. The sky blackened in minutes. Waves rose like mountains. Lightning tore open clouds, revealing towering cliffs where no island should have existed on any chart. The captain screamed for hard starboard, but the reef found them first. Steel shrieked, wood exploded, the Marisol shattered against black volcanic rock. By dawn, every innocent soul aboard had drowned or been swallowed by the sea. Only 3 men crawled onto the beach alive: Victor, Luis, and Matteo. All 3 had made fortunes selling human lives. Now they possessed nothing. The island looked untouched by civilization. Towering jungle climbs the slopes of immense dormant volcanoes that pierce the clouds. Mist poured through narrow valleys like living rivers, and enormous banyan trees wrapped their roots around ancient stone formations. There were no birds, no monkeys, no insects, only silence. It wasn't peaceful silence. It was the silence of something listening. Louis finally laughed.
We're alive!
The echo answered him.
Alive! 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 Alive!
The voice drifted across the valley. Not exactly his, not exactly anyone's. Victor frowned.
Did you hear that?
Matteo nodded. The echo returned.
Hear that? Hear that? Hear that?
Only slower, deeper, like someone underground was learning how humans spoke. They searched for food and fresh water. Instead, they found bones, hundreds of them. Some animal, many unmistakably human. Near a waterfall stood weathered stone carvings. Figures danced around fires beneath a mountain that spewed flames. Others showed bodies hanging upside down while people carved flesh from their limbs. Cannibals, an entire civilization, long dead. Louis spat on the carvings. Good, the jungle answered.
Good.
Victor looked around. No one had spoken. The voice came from everywhere. That night the echoes began. Not words, cries. Women screaming, children begging, chains dragging across stone. The sounds rolled through the valley until sleep became impossible. Matteo stuffed leaves into his ears. It changed nothing. The sounds weren't entering through hearing. They were inside his mind. When dawn arrived, they discovered footprints around their camp. Bare feet, hundreds of them. Every print pointed inward. None pointed away. On the 3rd day, Victor disappeared. One moment he walked 20 feet ahead, the next, gone. No scream, no struggle. Only the echo.
Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Don't leave me.
His own voice. Hours later, they found his machete leaning against a tree. Fresh blood covered the handle. Nearby hung dozens of woven masks. Human skulls littered the ground. Louis grabbed one and hurled it into the jungle. The echo laughed. Volcanoes woke that evening, not with eruptions, with sound. Low vibrations rolled beneath the earth like breathing of giants. Matteo whispered.
We need to leave.
Louis pointed toward the ocean.
There isn't a boat.
We build one.
We don't have time.
The echo interrupted.
Time.
The word repeated until neither man remembered who had first spoken it. That night, Louis saw lights moving through the trees. Hundreds of tiny orange flames. Torches. Figures emerging wearing feathered cloaks and bone necklaces. Cannibals. or ghosts pretending to be cannibals. Their faces were hidden behind carved wooden masks. Lewis fired the pistol he had salvaged. The bullet struck nothing. The figures never slowed. They simply walked through the jungle toward him. He ran. Matteo heard him screaming for nearly an hour. Then silence. Only the echo remained.
Please, 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 please.
It sounded heartbreakingly real. Matteo never found his body, only the pistol, bent into a perfect circle. Alone, Matteo wandered deeper into the island. He no longer trusted the shoreline, nor the jungle, nor himself. The echoes had changed. They no longer copied him. They spoke before he did. When he thought about drinking, a voice whispered, "Water won't help." When he considered sleeping, "You'll dream anyway." The worst came on the 7th day. He reached the center of the island where the volcano surrounded a massive stone crater. Inside stood thousands of weathered statues, every one carved with faces twisted in terror, each astonishingly lifelike. At the center rested a single stone throne. Behind it stretched a wall covered in carvings. The oldest showed cannibal tribes. The newer carvings showed European explorers, then pirates, then soldiers, then modern fishermen. Every generation that landed there. Every generation vanished. Among them was an unfinished carving. 3 men standing beside a broken ship. One figure had already been chiseled into stone. The second was half complete. The third had Matteo's face. The echo whispered beside his ear, "You're almost finished." He ran until his lungs bled. Days blurred together. He survived on rainwater and coconuts. He avoided valleys where the echoes were strongest. Eventually, he found the wreckage of a lifeboat washed ashore. Inside lay a waterproof notebook, a pencil, hope. He began writing, "To whoever finds this, my name is Matteo Alvarez. We deserved what happened. Do not pity us. We sold human beings. We lied to families. We destroyed lives. If justice exists beyond courts and prisons, then this island is where it waits. I don't know whether ghosts live here or something older. The echoes know everything you've ever done. Not what people accuse you of, what you've actually done. They speak with the voices you've buried, the voices you refuse to hear. If rescue comes, burn this island. If you cannot burn it, never land here." He signed the letter, folded it carefully, and placed it inside a bottle. The tide carried it away. For the first time since the wreck, the echoes stopped. Complete silence. Matteo smiled through exhausted tears. "Thank you." No voice answered. 3 weeks later, a passing fishing vessel spotted smoke rising from the island. They anchored offshore. No one stepped onto the beach. Something felt wrong. Floating in the surf, they found only a bottle. Inside was Matteo's letter. No footprints marked the sand. No camp remained. No sign that anyone had ever survived there. Only dense jungle, silent volcanoes, and valleys where the wind carried strange whispers no sailor could quite understand. The captain ordered full speed ahead. No one argued. Years later, the letter surfaced in archives, dismissed by most as the desperate ramblings of a dying man. Yet readers noticed something unsettling. Every person who finished it paused at the same sentence. "The echoes know everything you've ever done." Almost everyone instinctively looked over their shoulder, not because they believed in haunted islands, but because every life carries its own hidden echoes. Regret spoken too late, kindness withheld, betrayals justified, faces remembered only in quiet moments when no one else is listening. Perhaps that is why the story endures. The most frightening place is not an uncharted island lost beneath volcanic mountains. It is the landscape within ourselves, where every choice we hope time had buried is still waiting to answer back. And if you sit in complete silence long enough, you may discover the echoes never belonged to an island at all.